Hey everyone, I'm excited for this concept I can share with you today on stress. There's just so much going on in the world and so much going on within us as we all process and try to react and respond in a good way. So today I want to introduce the concept of the stress cycle. There's 4 components I want to briefly introduce, and then I've got 5 takeaways for you. So I'm going to keep this as concise as possible. There's so much I want to say on this, and I guess that's mostly going to come out in hopefully future videos, but I'll keep it to the basics for today. So 4 components. First is stimulus. You may find yourself in the grocery store and it just comes over you. Wow, life has changed. You want to grab all the bread, the toilet paper, your limited supply of meat products as you can, and just go into survival mode. So that stimulus happens. Maybe you're at home, you've got a 2-year-old like me, or you've got a partner, a roommate, spouse who you're realizing is how close the quarters are. And life has just changed. There's no way to ignore that. So stress is coming upon you. There's constant stimuli. Maybe it's just the news. You're watching the news and you're just overwhelmed by grief. What's going on in the world and in our community? So there's that stimulus invoking stress, and it's actually a good thing that you feel stress. It motivates you to do what you need to do to survive. So don't beat yourself up for not having it all together at all times, considering everything that's going on. So stimulus is followed by your reaction. You have thoughts, you have feelings, you have behaviors, and it's okay that those aren't quite in check immediately as well. The really important thing to do is to just notice what's going on. What am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I doing? It's not even about changing it. There's a lot of power in just pausing to notice. So that reaction is maybe going to be negative. It's not going to be totally controlled or how you want it to be, but it is what it is, and there's a lot you can learn from it. And then the third component is your response. So a stimulus happens, a reaction happens within you. It kind of gets embodied in you too. Maybe you're walking with stressed shoulders, penguin walk. My wife and I have joked around. We're kind of doing that around the house a little bit, trying to relax those shoulders. And so there's that reaction. The response is where you can really make a choice, and you can give yourself grace for the immediate reaction you had, and then you can make a purpose, value, virtue-driven response. What is it you really desire to experience in response to this stress? Who is it that you really want to be as a person who manages their emotions? Those initial emotions, that initial reaction is not bad. How we manage it is what we really want to focus on, and that's really what defines us. Okay, so how are you coping? Because you're going to cope one way or another, a positive way or a negative way. So be thoughtful in how you're coping. I'm going to get more into that with the takeaway, but that's the third component. It's your reaction, your response. Oh, these R's are tripping me up. Okay, so you've got stimulus, reaction, response. Now it's resilience. What you do, how you cope, is going to affect your resiliency. You want to be resilient and not vulnerable when that next stimuli, that next stressful thought comes over you. Maybe you get a call from a friend that a loved one is sick and you fear it's coronavirus. Okay, you're going to go through that cycle all again. Do you want to be more resilient this time, or do you want to be more vulnerable where that just overwhelms you and it sends you down a dark spiral where you're circling out of control to a place that that's gonna not be a fun place to be in. So that's just the fact of it, is that how you react happens. You can't control it. Your response is something you can control, and you want that to lead you to resilience. So those are the 4 components. Hopefully I've repeated them enough that you remember them. But here's the 5 takeaways. So first, notice your reaction with courage and kindness. It takes a lot of courage to pause and to really face what you're feeling, acknowledge what you're thinking, and notice what your body's doing. It takes courage. Stress wants us to keep going fast, fast, fast. Do all we can to survive. And what's really key is that we just pause. We have the courage to look inward, and we do that with kindness, because it's not all going to be pretty and put together, but we want to give ourselves grace. Okay, second takeaway, slow down. Like I said, this is the point of choice. This is the choice point, as some authors have put it. And you're going to cope, so you want to do so well. Reflect quietly, share with a trusted friend. Really, don't just jump on social media and share all your fears and worries and put that on everyone else. Find a trusted friend whose feedback and listening ear you can trust in, and allow yourself just to process vulnerably how you feel. Focus on yourself for a moment. Do that introspection, and focus on the facts. Really important. Focus on your beliefs. With that reaction you had, are you going to be harsh towards yourself? Are you going to say, I hate myself, I wish I had this together, I wish I were stronger like other people? Or are you going to show yourself some love and compassion, and know that the truth is that you're processing through this in difficult ways just like everyone else is? What beliefs do you have? Where's your hope at? Do you feel all is hopeless? Are you giving up on hope that there's a God, that there is a way to get through this from a means beyond yourself? Because a lot of times we really need something beyond ourselves to get us through difficult times. And so think through what it is you believe, think through what facts you have, and find someone to process all of that with. Okay, third point. I stretched the second one a bit. Third point, which I already kind of got into, cope well. You're going to cope one way or another. So are you going to cope in response to lies about yourself, or lies about where you can place your hope? Or are you going to respond and cope well to the truth that you believe in, the facts that are there for us from reputable sources? That's just a rhetorical question for you. What is it that you believe in and hope in and believe about yourself? Fourth point, regarding resilience and vulnerability. Don't forget what you love about being alive. Life is too short in these moments. This season we're living through is too short to, actually it's going to be too long to give up on or lose sight of those things we really love. So find the music that you love, find the activities you love, and get creative about how to express yourself, about how to experience the things you really love about life. Do not forget about that. What's the lifestyle you want for yourself? And as you have to create a new norm, it's not easy to set new behaviors and habits, but keep present the things that give you life, and enjoy those as a gift, and be grateful for them. Fifth takeaway. All right. I'm going to keep this under 10 minutes. So fifth takeaway, really important, back to stimulus. What inputs are you allowing into your life? There's media, there's news, there's social media feeds, there's music, there's personalities you follow online. Do you need to unfollow some people or some personalities that are just spewing negative influence over your mind? And recognize that no one lives in a vacuum. No one thinks in a vacuum. These things that we are following and taking in are affecting us. Check the news only twice a day, maybe once in the morning, once in the evening. It's really hard to do, but really shoot for that as a goal. And of course, don't check it too close before bed. Okay? No one thinks in a vacuum. So if you change your inputs, you're likely going to change your thinking, and that's going to change your life. So as you think through this cycle, this stress cycle that we all live with and process through, the stimuli going on, we can have some control over those. A lot we can't. We can't control our reaction. We can control how we respond to the stress and that initial reaction within us. We can do so with courage, with grace, remembering what we hope in and who we want to be, and striving forward. Don't get caught up in the past. Strive forward to resilience so that you're prepared more for that next stressful stimuli, because it's going to happen. Okay, 10 minutes. My time's up. Love you all. Thank you for bearing with me. I hope this was helpful.